My name is Samantha and I have been dating my boyfriend David for the past 3 years now. We were already talking about marriage. Our relationship was going well before I discovered something about David. David usually goes to work in the morning and comes back in the afternoon. He was financially stable because he provides all my need. I work from home with my laptop. I was an online writer and a relationship coach. I love my boyfriend so much and I never ever thought of cheating on him. But I didn't know that David might not have the same thoughts for me. I never suspected David of cheating on me until one night. David and I didn't live together, but I usually come to his house during the weekends to take care of him and do some other things. I never had any thoughts that David will cheat on me until one day when David returned from work. It was the weekend as usual. I was in David's house. I was cleaning and washing his clothes when he came back from work. As usual, I was so pleased to see him and went to meet him to embrace him and welcome him. As I came closer to him, I noticed a stain that was on his neck. I first thought it was just a random stain that comes from work or something, but I was wrong. When I took a closer look and actually saw something different, I saw that it was a stain that came from a lipstick, and lip stain was showing on his neck, signifying that someone had kissed him on the neck. I was shocked and I got provoked instantly, and I queried him about the lip stain. "Darling, why is there a lip stain on your shirt? Who were you flirting with?" I asked, looking unhappy. "I just got back home and the welcome I received is unnecessary questioning," David said. "Don't try to change the topic, Mr. Man. Answer my question," I said already, increasing the pitch of my voice. "Let me see the stain that you are even talking about," David asked as I brought the mirror and pointed it at him. "Oh, that stain. Is that why you are being worried?" "Don't worry about that," David said as he tries to walk away. I said, "Do not ever walk away when I'm talking." "What do you mean, don't worry?" I wanted to know and I started talking. "Babe, don't you trust me again? What is the meaning of all this? Do you really think I can actually cheat on you?" David asked, sounding disappointed. I replied, "I can't trust anyone. All men are the same." "Babe, the stain was actually from Linda. She's my colleague at work." I interrupted. "Oh, it has gotten to the point where you now cheat on me with your colleague, right? Answer me. You now go about sleeping with different people." I fired at him. "Babe, will you just allow me talk before you start accusing me wrongly?" David responded, "What do you want to explain? Do you want to explain to me how you started cheating with all the ladies in the world?" I fired back. "The stain is from Linda. She goes about pranking everyone that is in a relationship with lipstick. When you least expected it, she will sneak up to you and kiss you on your body or your clothes. She has done it to almost all the staff," David explained. I replied immediately, "David, what do you actually take me for? Do you think I'm a child that you would just lie for?" Immediately after I finished talking to David, his phone started ringing and it was actually Linda calling. "Pick up, oh. Pick up and put it on loudspeaker so I will hear what she has to say. I have caught you red-handed now. Pick the call now." I fired at David. David responded, "Babe, so you do not actually trust me. What is the point of being in a relationship where there is no trust?" "David, though, let me tell you something you don't know. All men are the same. You all are cheaters. Pick up the call and stop that silly excuse before it rings out," I fired back. "Oh, okay, there is no problem. I will do as you said," David said as he answered the call and placed it on loudspeaker as I had requested. Linda said from the phone, laughing, "David, how was the prank? When did you realize that you actually had the lipstick at your neck and shirt? I know you are probably kind of angry. I told you that you were next. Now do you believe me? I don't just know why you have trust issues. That is the only problem that I have with you," David said as he walked away. "Time that I'm supposed to rest. I am here explaining myself," David lamented. "Babe, I am so sorry, please. I didn't mean it like that. Please, I beg," David responded with anger. Don't baby me. Since you haven't changed your character, we have been dating for 3 years now and you haven't changed. David was upset with me that night and he didn't sleep in the room. Instead, he went to sleep in the parlor. I went to check up on him and saw that he was fast asleep in the parlor couch. I saw his phone by his side. I picked up his phone and found out that it was not locked. I immediately began to go through his phone and saw his chat with a girl called Maya. The chat was a little bit formal, but I read David calling her dear all the time, and it looks as if David was trying to flirt with her. I didn't like it at all. I collected the girl's number from David's phone and stored it on my phone. I saved her number as competitor in my phone. Then I gently dropped David's phone back where he kept it and quietly went back to my room, so it looks as if nothing had happened. I have dated 3 guys before I met David, and all the guys I dated always complained severally of me being too overprotective and not giving them any privacy for themselves, and this led to problem. This problem tended to cause them to break up with me. My first guy I dated was Steve. He was a cool and calm gentleman that doesn't like parties. He always stays quiet and gentle. Our relationship only stayed 4 months before he broke up with me because of my character. The second guy I dated was Daniel. Daniel was a hotel manager as he worked in a very classy hotel. He loved to party and he drinks a lot and also loved making friends from both genders. Our relationship lasted only 6 months before the breakup. The third guy was Peter. Peter was a gym instructor and he was the most handsome out of all the guys I dated. He loved talking, especially to women, and this brought about problems that led to our breakup. I dated Peter for a year plus before breaking up, and then I met David and we started dating. David seems to be the best guy out of all the rest guy I dated. I know that my bad character was becoming a problem for David as he kept tolerating them, hoping I change. The next day being Sunday, I woke up very late to the afternoon. I wondered why I slept till then, but then I remembered I didn't sleep early last night. I went downstairs to check on David and he wasn't there. I checked the whole house, but he wasn't there. I then thought that he might have probably gone to church or something like that. I brought out my phone and began to dial David's mother's number as I wanted to complain about David. I dialed her number a couple of times and then finally she picked up. "Good morning, Mama. I am so sorry to disturb you this morning, but there is something I want to discuss with you concerning David," I said on the phone. Mama replied, "Reports, K. I hope he's not maltreating you or beating you," Mama asked. I replied, "Mama, it is very worse than that. Could you believe that David is actually cheating on me with this lady that I don't know of?" Mama answered, "My daughter, are you sure of what you are saying? Because the David here is my son. I know him very well. I raised David from birth and I know his behavior. Once David falls in love with one woman, he stays with the woman." Mama, are you trying to say that I am lying to you? David is cheating on me. Oh. I went through his phone yesterday without his notice and I saw all the love chats that he has been sending to this woman. He saved her name as Maya, I replied. Mama replied me, "Wait, did you say you went through his phone?" "Yes, Mama. I was lucky to meet his phone unlocked yesterday night. I opened it and I saw all the love chats that he has been sending back and forth to this lady called Maya," I replied. Mama answered me, "You know that it is not good to go through your partner's phone without their consent. Their phone should be at least the privacy that they get." I replied, "Mama, I know, but don't change the topic. David is cheating on me." Mama responded, "Well, I don't know David to be able to cheat on his wife to be, but if you keep insisting, I can't say that you are lying." "Mama, I will never lie to you. Seeing all the message makes me feel cheated on," I said on the phone. "Okay then, where is David? I need to speak to him. He will explain to me when he started cheating in a relationship." Mama asked, I responded, Mama, David had gone to church in the morning, but he will be back any moment from now. Immediately I finished that statement, David walked into the house, and from his facial expression, I could tell that he was stressed. Mama, David just returned from church right now, I said. David, Mama wants to speak with you, I said, calling to David. David was shocked after hearing me. David asked, do you mean my mother? I replied, yes, your mother. She wants to speak with you, and don't keep her waiting. David took the phone from my hands and started talking to his mother. Hello, Mom. Is there any problem? Mama replied, your girlfriend called me complaining that you are cheating on her from the chat you had with Maya. As soon as David heard that from his mother, he got angry immediately. He ended the call, then he faced me directly. I could already see the fire in his eyes. Then David said to me, Samantha, what is the meaning of what I am hearing from my mother? What are you saying? So you still have the mouth to talk to me after I found out that you have been cheating on me these times? I replied. David said angrily, even if I bring 29 women to this house, that is still not enough reason to call my mother. What is wrong with you, Samantha? Must you involve my parents into our personal life or relationship? I replied, bring the 29 women now. Bring them and see what I will do to you. And then, you will see if I won't poison all of them, kill you and then kill myself. What rubbish are you talking about? You are cheating on me and you still have the mouth to talk. David responded, Samantha, be careful. Be careful. If you want to continue like this, I am not sure if I can continue with this relationship. Your character is getting worse and it is unbearable by the day. Samantha, where is the evidence that you have that I am cheating on you? David asked in annoyance. I replied, please, don't raise your voice at me. Don't raise your voice at me, I've checked your phone and I read all the messages that you have with Maya. David responded, wait a minute. Do you mean that you actually went through my phone without my permission? I replied, oh, David, please don't try to change the topic here. Check your conversation with Maya and explain yourself. You know what? I am fed up with all this nonsense. I can't continue this relationship with you. I just can't take this anymore. I have had enough. I am fed up. I really am. Like, do you want to kill me? I came back from work, problem. I came back from church, problem. What is it? David said, feeling depressed. I replied, wait though, are you trying to break up with me? Hope you are not trying to do that though, because I have been with you in this relationship for 3 years now, so you want 3 years of my life to be in waste, right? David then opened his phone and began to read the chats that he had with Maya, and the chats that David had with all that had there and there. Anytime he wanted to send Maya a message, he always adds there. That there was what I wasn't comfortable with. That was a sign of him cheating on me, and that was why I called his mother to report him. After David realized I reported him because of the day, he always says to Maya, he just looks straight into my eyes. Is this the reason why you reported me to my parents? Because I tested dear Maya. You thought I was cheating on you. Are you insane? What in the world is wrong with you? Look, I can't do this with you anymore, David shouted in anger. I replied, you must be joking, though. You must really think I can just let 3 years of my life just go for waste. It is not possible. We are in this relationship together and we will continue this relationship no matter what. David was about to reply me when suddenly his phone began to ring. He looked at the phone to know who was calling him, and when he checked, he saw it was actually his father who was calling him. David's father was a pastor and a well-respected man. He never takes nonsense, as he ensures that he raises all his children with the fear of God and to be responsible people in life. David have always told me about his father and how he looked up to him. David just switched off his phone and then headed straight to the room, locking himself inside the room. I then brought out my phone to call Maya, as I have saved her number that night I went through David's phone. I called Maya. She didn't pick up the first time, so I decided to try her number again and this time around, she answered the phone. "Hello, who is this?" Maya said from the phone. I replied, "Do you know who is calling you? My name is Samantha, and I am here to warn you as a woman to woman. Stay away from my man," I said, sounding dangerous. Maya responded, "Excuse me, what are you talking about?" Then I replied to her, "I said, stay away from my man, David." Maya spoke, "And who the fuck do you think you are to tell me what to do? I am his girlfriend, his one and only true love." I responded in harsh tone. Maya then replied, "Don't you ever call this line again. Don't you ever." Immediately Maya finished saying that, she quickly ended the call. I was surprised. I tried calling her number again and again, but she was not answering. Then I decided to send Maya a text message. I texted Maya, "I am warning you and advising you like a sister. Stay away from my man. Stay away." And not long after sending Maya the text, she replied me. She texted, "Take a look good at your life and relationship. You are not ashamed of yourself. I am basically doing your work of taking care of your man. Your claimed man came to me to relieve him of the stress that is caused by you, but he still rejects my advances because he still loves you. Now let me advise you like a sister. Change before you lose him completely." After reading the text message she sent to me, I just paid no attention to it as I went to check on David. As he was in the room, I got to the room and was surprised that the room door was actually open. I thought David locked himself inside. Well, it turns out that David went to use the bathroom. So I entered the room and just sat down on the bed, waiting for him to come out from the bathroom. I knew my attitude was pissing David off, but changing my character seemed impossible. David came out from the bathroom and found me in the room. He had an outburst of reaction. "What are you doing here, you little witch? Haven't you done enough already? What else do you want from me?" David said at the top of his voice. I noticed his anger and decided to respond in a cool manner. "Baby, I know that you are angry at me. What I did is wrong and I admit. It is just my bad character that is taking complete control over my body. Can you just listen to yourself for once? See the rubbish that you are here saying. Why didn't you think about your character before thinking of calling my parents? Why will you do that kind of a thing? What did I ever do to you?" David said as his anger turned to bitterness. "Even if you don't have fear, have some respect for me. Have respect for my parents. You can't just be calling my parents and reporting every single thing that happens in our relationship. That's not how relationship works," David said. Then I replied, "Look, David, I know what I did does not go down well with you, but the truth is, I just did the right thing." Then David replied angrily, "Are you being serious? How could you? How can you say that you did the right thing by bringing my parents into our relationship? I did what I did because you were cheating on me." "David, why would you cheat on me?" I said to David. David responded, "Samantha, this is the main reason why I have a problem with you. Always come to conclusion that I am seeing another woman. If you're not seeing another woman, then explain to me the meaning of chat you have with Maya," I said, pointing towards his phone. Then David replied, "Samantha, Maya is just my old-time friend. We went to the same secondary school together before going to different universities, and by luck, we happened to meet again." Then I asked him a question. "Well, if that is true, then explain why." I haven't finished my statement though, when all of a sudden, David interrupts me. "Look, I don't care if you believe me or not. If you think I am cheating on you, that is your problem," David said as he began to dress up. Then I turned to David and said, "Don't worry, darling. I trust you. I know that you won't cheat on me or do anything that will hurt me, right? Think whatever you want. Do whatever you want to do. Say whatever you want to say. I don't care anymore," David said as he continued to dress up. I noticed that he was not putting on his house clothes, so I asked, "Babe, are you going out and can I come with you?" David answered, "Firstly, yes, I am going out, and secondly, there is no way in this life that I will allow you to come with me." I knew that it is because of my attitude that David was refusing me to come along with him. Then I asked, At least, since you are refusing me to come along with you, can I at least know where you are probably going to? Well, for your information, I am going somewhere peaceful, somewhere more relaxing, somewhere that can take away all my stress. Once I get there, all my troubles and stress just disappear, David said as he was about to walk out of the room. As soon as David said that, I immediately started recalling the chat that Maya sent to me earlier. I knew that he might be going to see Maya. Then I asked, David, I want nothing but the truth. Are you going to see Maya? As soon as David heard what I asked, he just suddenly froze. He couldn't say anything. He just stood there and kept staring at me. I told you, Maya is just an old-time friend from secondary school, David said. I wanted to reply him when my phone suddenly fell beside the bed that I was sitting on. I bent to pick the phone and then noticed something else was under the bed. I quickly turned on my flashlight and looked under the bed. What I saw under the bed left me completely speechless. I saw an already used condom just lying under the bed. Immediately I saw it. I screamed. This attracted the attention of David, who came closer to me. Then David asked, what is the problem? Why did you scream like that? I then brought out the condom from under the bed and pointed it directly at his face. David, what is the meaning of this? You have never used this on me, I asked, already angry. Then David was about to reply. I didn't even let David finish talking. I just landed him a powerful slap that landed directly in his eyes. David screamed in pain as he held his eyes. Then David said to me angrily, what have I done to you? You didn't even let me explain myself before you slapped me. You don't even have fear or respect. You just slap me as if I am your younger brother. You know what? If not for the promise I made to my parents, I would have beaten you up so badly. How dare you? Look, I have had enough. Pack your things and get the fuck out of my house. What is the meaning of this nonsense? David said, sounding dead serious. I got scared as David said that to me. I tried to hide my fear as I asked him, you are not the one to be blamed here. Why would there be a used condom under your bed? That is your business, so. But I want you and your things out of my house, David said. Babe, just calm down and explain to me, I said as my voice was shaking. After noticing that David was getting serious, then David replied, if you want an explanation, then call my friend Emma and ask him yourself, David said, giving me his phone as he headed to the wardrobe. I did as David said. As I began to dial Emma's number, I called Emma and he answered the phone. Alpha, my guy, that's your crazy girlfriend still they give you problem. Bro, I told you to dump that bitch. Dump that winch. How can a normal girl behave like that? Emma said. I felt finished after hearing that from Emma. And then I said to him, Emma, it is actually David's girlfriend speaking. I said that, but Emma said, no, you are David's problem speaking. What do you want from me? And then replied to him, I am sorry to disturb you, but I caught David cheating on me. And I hadn't finished the statement when Emma interrupted me. What is your problem? Just answer the question. What exactly is your problem? Is it every day that you get David cheating on you? Well, it is not your fault. It is David who caused all this nonsense. If I were to be David, I would have long forgotten about you. So now, why are you telling me that he's cheating on you? What do you want me to do? Emma asked. I looked at David and saw he was actually packing all my clothes. It was then I realized that David was dead serious. And then I said to Emma, I found an already used condom under his bed, and ever since he met me, he had never used condoms. Actually, I was the one who used the condom. He allowed me access to his house on Wednesday, and I came with my girlfriend, who doesn't act like a possessed winch like you. And we got down to business. I actually told David to help me trash the condom that I used and left under his bed, but it was like he forgot. So David is not cheating on you, winch, Emma said. I replied in shock. Oh my God, what have I done? Possessed winch, what have you done? Emma asked. Then I explained to him. I found the condom under the bed. I didn't know you were the one that used it. I thought he was the one using it to cheat on me. I was angry. I didn't even wait for him to explain as I landed him a slap on his eye I said this. Then Emma responded shockingly, "What the hell? You did what?" Emma asked. "I knew I did wrong, but please help me to beg David. He's angry and he's currently packing my things," I said. Emma burst into laugh after hearing me. "Are you serious? I should beg David for you?" "Yes, please. Just help me to beg him. I know I have a bad attitude, but I will try and change. Please, help me to beg him," I said. Emma responded, "Alright then, give David the phone, let me talk to him." I quickly gave David the phone, thinking Emma wants to beg him on my behalf. Emma said, "Bro, what are you still doing with this possessed wench? It is now that your eyes have cleared, Abby." Emma ended the call laughing. David packed all my luggages and threw me out of his house. I cried. I begged him, but to no avail. David paid zero attention to me. It was actually the first time of me seeing David this angry. He literally threw me and my luggages out of his house and shut the door locked. I kept knocking on the door, but all to no avail. I stayed in front of the door till it was late in the night when I left. I tried calling David's number severally, but the number was not going through because he had blocked my number. I tried reaching him via social media, but he had blocked me there also. He completely ghosted me as I couldn't see him or even talk to him. I got to his house very often and knocked for hours, but to no avail. I visited his house one day and started knocking. I knocked severally for hours until someone living next to David saw me. He then informed me that David had moved out of there and was no longer living there, and that was how I actually lost a good man who actually loved me. I haven't been able to love or be in a relationship ever since. I have learnt my lesson, and I have learnt it the hard way. This is the end of the story. The moral lesson of this story is that we should learn to trust our loved ones, no matter what, and we shouldn't be very possessive when it comes to relationship. And we should also ask God for guidance to guide us to be a good partner. If you guys like our story, please hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, and do not forget to share this story to your family and loved one. See you in the next story. Bye.